Smart. Eating and listening to classical. So this, there's about 3,000 board feet of cherry. And we're just, you know, keeping a good eye on our material. We're watching if it's checking. Lots of room inside here. When you're storing stuff outside, you don't want to kind of create a greenhouse effect. You want it to be able to breathe, and as it's condensing, receiving moisture, you want it to be able to shed that. So we're just keeping an eye on this out here. We're pulling about 10 to 15 of these into the shop at a time to kind of help acclimate them. We want this checking to happen obviously here versus once the part is cut. We don't want to be throwing a bunch of parts away. So that's that. That's all of our 1 inch thick material, or 4/4. And just kind of walk through the thought process here. We're in V-carve right now. This is our part right here. Once we calculate out all of our tool paths, we can see kind of exactly what that cut is going to do on each part. We could program this to, if we wanted to start the plunge on this side and really maximize the time between where it's cutting, we could do that also. We could decide instead of plunge here to plunge on this corner along with this part over here. But yeah, as you see inside here, we have a 1/4 inch cutter. So this is the center of that bit. That's where the part lands. And so we've got another 1/8 of an inch that's coming out to here. So our hold down is having to happen inside this piece here. This is about 60 inches. We could obviously go the full length of the sheet if we wanted to, get a few more on here, but I think in 10 runs of this file on the bed, we'll have about 400, 450 parts. So we got this little cart, kind of hoping this will start organizing our parts. That was the thought, at least.
What's with the numbers?
That's how many are, so the quantity, there's 3 per, so just kind of keeping track of where we're at. So we'll have like 300 aprons in this bunk, and we'll have to cut a few more of these blanks to get our next 150. So just kind of keeping track of some parts. That's the idea. These just click on. Once we get to this part, we can kind of start deciding what's going to be front, back. Like that shape's going to cut out of here, so it's going to cut the majority of this white out of here, which is good. Same thing on this side, so I might flip that. And yeah, there too, that'd be good to get that out of there. So we can kind of maximize what our parts, obviously we don't want to come off of the bed with a bunch of parts that are unusable. Same thing here, that lot of sapwood on there, so we can tuck that on the bottom. Those arches will come out of there. Should be a good judgment call.
Dad.
What?
We're going to Chick-fil-A.
Oh, going to Chick-fil-A, wow. That sounds nice. Did you make that up, or is that a real story?
It's not a story, but it's real.
It's real, you guys are really going. That's awesome. That's gonna be great.
We're going to Chick-fil-A.
We're going to Chick-fil-A.